We're seeing large-scale protests over these farm bills, and the Narendra Modi government is facing an uphill task as the farm bills will come up in the Rajya Sabha today. The bills were smoothly passed in the Lok Sabha, but the ruling BJP-led NDA lacks that clear majority in the upper house. We break down all the details that you need to know on the story in this report.
After smooth passage in Lok Sabha, the Narendra Modi government faces an uphill task in the Rajya Sabha on Sunday to get the contentious farm bills passed. On Saturday, the Modi government reached out to various like-minded political parties to seek their support for these bills. Centre says that the legislation is not anti-farmer. This even as NDA's key ally Akali openly dissented and Harsimrat Kaur resigned from the Modi cabinet on Thursday. For now, NDA allies JDU and LJP have voiced support for the bills. Former BJP ally Shiv Sena too is backing the Modi government. The non-NDA and non-UPA parties, like the TRS, however, have openly voiced their opposition against the farm bills. So has the Aam Aadmi Party. And trouble for Narendra Modi government seems to be only growing. RSS affiliate Bharatiya Kisan Sangh has sought more scrutiny of the farm bills. Another Sangh affiliate Swadeshi Jagran Manch has appealed to the Prime Minister to ensure minimum support price to farmers. On the ground, despite assurances from the Prime Minister Modi himself, there is no end to protests. From farmers to wholesalers, the anger refuses to ebb.
मोदी जी ने जो बात कही है वो पूरी नहीं अधूरी बात कही है। अधूरी इसलिए बात कही है, बिचौलिया तो खत्म करेंगे, लेकिन बाहर का जो व्यापारी आएगा, कोई भी व्यापारी आएगा, डायरेक्ट खरीदने आएगा, उससे सेफ कौन करेगा? उस सेफ्टी की गारंटी क्या है?
इसमें मंडी की व्यवस्था मतलब फेल होने की चांस है, क्योंकि वो टैक्स से बचने के लिए मंडी वाले बढ़िया भी बाहर से खरीदेंगे।
And it's not just the farmers, but the middlemen too are up in arms.
सेंट्रल सरकार भी ये कह रही है और हमारी हरियाणा सरकार भी ये कह रही है कि जो मंडियां बसी हुई हैं, मंडियों के अंदर टैक्स होगा और बाहर मंडी से कोई टैक्स नहीं होगा। तो ये तो मंडियों को बर्बाद करने की योजना है सरकार की। हम सरकार से ये कहते हैं साफ तौर पे बताए, या तो जो हमारे को बिचौलिया बताया जा रहा है मंडी के आड़तियों को, हम बिचौलिया हमको कैसे मानते हैं? हम तो कमीशन एजेंट हैं। हम सरकार के लाइसेंस, ये सरकार को हमारा लाइसेंस दे रखा है, हम तो लाइसेंस बेस पे काम करते हैं। हमारे को बिचौलिया क्यों कहा जा रहा है?
Not just in the north, the anger is also palpable in southern states, where farmers feel both BJP and Congress have done nothing for them.
All politicians, that the central ruling politicians are thinking that we are the slaves of India, so they don't want to help us. So because they think that we will not, the paddy grower, wheat grower, and the sugarcane grower will not join together and will fight. So that's the reason they are cheating us. That's the reason they are thinking that we are the slaves of India.
Had the central government spoken to more farmers, especially in states like Punjab and Haryana, where there is a majority of the population is involved in farming, maybe the reforms could have come out better. This is what the farmers who are protesting here in Sonipat, Haryana, have to say about the bills, about the reforms of the central government. With camera person Himanshu in Sonipat, Haryana, and Tanushri Pandey for India Today.
Paulami Saha is also joining us this morning for more details on the government strategy. Paulami, good morning. Is it going to be smooth sailing for the government as it was in the Lok Sabha, or do they face some sort of a challenge with regards to the numbers in the upper house?
Good morning, Akshita. As far as the numbers in the upper house are concerned, obviously it will boil down to the strength on the floor of the house. We know that as far as the NDA is concerned, they have lost the Akali Dal in this fight. So they have lost 3 MPs and their support. But like I said, the actual numbers on the ground, because a lot of members of parliament are not attending parliament, despite the whip which is being issued by the BJP and some other parties as well, because of the fear of COVID. There are many who've taken leave of absence as well. So the actual numbers, we'll have to see that on the ground itself. But yes, the BJP has been constantly working on stitching together those numbers, because there are several opposition parties who have dug their heels in as far as this bill is concerned. We know that at least 4 different parties have moved statutory resolutions against these 3 bills, which will be brought to the Rajya Sabha this morning, which includes the CPI, the Congress, the Trinamool Congress and the Loktantrik Janata Dal of Kerala. So they have moved statutory resolutions, but the BJP is hoping for the support of the BJD, which has 9 MPs. On paper, how many attend? Obviously, that's again we will find out later. Then, of course, the YSRCP, it is hoping for the TRS to support, but then the TRS has already said, K. Chandrasekhar Rao has already categorically said, we will be opposing this bill tooth and nail. But if you look at the actual numbers, depending on the attendance today in the Rajya Sabha, the numbers are still in favor of the NDA as opposed to the opposition. So the BJP hopes that it will have smooth sailing because of the numbers, sheer numbers itself. But yes, there are fears, and hence it has reached out to parties like the Shiv Sena, which have said that they will not be opposing the bill, and of course the NCP as well, besides of course smaller parties and certain nominated members.
The challenge perhaps for the government is parties like the Shiv Sena, Polami, who could say one thing and do quite another. So we'll have to see how things really play out in the Rajya Sabha. Thank you for joining us with all those details this morning.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.